All right. I guess I played the wrong intro. I guess the last live show I did was on my other channel, so I didn't change the intro. But it's all right. Nobody ever been to my other channel be like, what? Hair metal on this channel? Yeah. So, guys, welcome everybody. Dr. Wu will be here in a little bit. Dr. Wu is getting his stuff set up. It's early in the morning. I know I had a late setup. I was actually at a doctor's appointment just like 45 minutes ago. Had to run to the store, ran home. So everybody, I've been everywhere. There's certain things I wanted to research real quick and get some stuff set up, but I barely got home. Just like 10 minutes ago. Oh, I see Dr. Wu's getting his stuff ready. That's cool. So today's article. There's an article that's called. I forgot what it's called. UFO-like drones targeted police helicopter over air base before vanishing. Report. Now, you gotta take everything with a grain of salt. Okay, and I'm not joking about that. You really got to take everything grain of salt because you all know that any kind of news that comes out from any kind of any network. I'm talking about Fox News had to pay billions of dollars for catching lying, so they had to pay billions. CNN, they all lie. So I am not going to sit here and tell you that these reports are accurate or not, because we all know the news channels lie. And Bob, why did they lie? Like, why would they lie? Because times have changed. It's kind of like the newspapers. There used to be a time. I'm not going old school, people, but I think Bob would vouch me for this. In the 70s and 80s, probably in the mid 90s, a lot of crime or a lot of stuff got solved by newspaper investigators. They were really, truly investigators. But because times have changed, newspapers are dying, investigators are not there no more. There's no true person to say the story's real. They got backing. Now, everything's transformed into what could get you more clicks, more views. That's the time we live in. The only reason I'm bringing this up, because this article did come from Fox News, and we all know Fox News had to pay billions of dollars for lying. And we're not going to go into what the lie was. Anybody who follows the news, like Danny knows
which one.
I'm gonna get there, but saying that, let's see what this says here. Okay, let's see here. So, UFO expert warns incident shows safety of flight matter demands urgent attention and action. And this was written by Stephanie Price from Fox News. This was November 22nd, 2025. So this is just from last month. Actually, here, I guess there's a video here. Let's just see what they got to say. Why not?
Be careful to get a copyright.
Olympia's gas fees and taxes are adding $1.
For news channels, they're not supposed to.
Gas, and it's not stopping there.
News channels,
right? Yeah.
On the news.
They're supposed to.
News stuff.
Even higher fuel costs.
Yeah.
Earlier this month, we told you about the Federal Aviation Administration's drone detection testing in New Jersey following a frenzy of sightings there and in surrounding states last year. Tonight, Pentagon officials are warning the U.S. military would be hard-pressed to defend the homeland from drones sent by foreign adversaries. National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin has details tonight.
Should our adversary choose to employ drones for surveillance or even attack, we would not be prepared to adequately defend our homeland and only marginally capable to defend our military installations.
A top Pentagon official warning Congress the U.S. is unable to defend itself or its military bases from the threat of drones or UAS, unmanned aerial systems, which may or may not be sent by a foreign adversary.
We know that
UAS
cartels have used UAS for unauthorized surveillance to assess our troop size, our movements.
What part's new?
UAS? I've never heard of that.
Oh, yeah. I know.
I heard of the
UFO,
the UAP, they've changed it from UFO to UAP, and now we're UAS. Are we gonna just keep going more acronyms all the way out to like where nobody knows what the hell people are? I'm serious. It was like for the you didn't have to change UAP or UFO and UAP.
What do you say?
UAS.
UAS, or what do you say?
UAS.
UAS.
Yeah.
What is UAS? UAS stands for Unmanned Aircraft System, commonly known as a drone. So now drones have their own professional name, which an aircraft without a human pilot on board, operating remotely or autonomously, and include the aircraft plus all the necessary equipment for operation. Use various. Now, I think they're being a little prejudiced just because what if there's small people out in the galaxy and they're flying these drones and you're calling these nuns crap? You're being prejudiced against little people.
They're just a couple of guys. They're coming around the back of the curtain and say, okay, your new Delta Chi name is UAS. Your Delta Chi name is Flounder. Why Flounder? Why not? Let's just give it out fucking names now.
Well, let's see what else they got to say.
Okay.
Solicit and enable attacks from other vectors.
That warning follows the FAA's 2-week drone detection test involving several large drones and 100 commercial off-the-shelf drones near Cape May, New Jersey, where unexplained drone sightings last December led to public frenzy and fear. U.S. Northern Command reported 350 drones were observed at over 100 military sites in the U.S. in 2024 alone. This year, there have been even more.
How many drone incursions have taken place over U.S. military installations over the past 2 years?
Yeah, so the exact number I'd be happy to share in a classified setting, but I can tell you that it has grown.
Shortly after taking office, the Trump administration declassified intelligence about the drone sightings in the tri-state area last December, saying most had been flown by hobbyists and all had received permission from the FAA to fly.
Under current authorities, what is preventing base commanders from neutralizing these immediately, in my opinion, going out there with a shotgun and shooting these things down?
I wish it were as simple as shooting it with a shotgun, but it's not.
Back in February, the general who heads U.S. Northern Command warned that military commanders do not have the authority needed to protect their bases and requested an expansion of authorities to outside the perimeter of the bases so they don't have to wait until the drone is over these sensitive installations. Brett?
Now, first of all, what I got
Jennifer
to
Griffin
say...
at the Pentagon.
Oh, hold on. I got to get rid of that. I got to say bullshit on that. And the reason I'm saying bullshit on that, listen, all they freaking have to do, military say, they think it could be a weapon. They can shoot it down.
Anytime they want. Anytime.
I've never heard of this. So, Bob, if we live near airports and stuff, I mean, there's actually a number we could call and say, hey, we're going to be flying a drone up here. I never heard that.
I never heard of that. Like, I'm going to be flying a drone next to your airport.
So,
me and a couple of guys are having some beers. Yeah.
But what I mean is,
you
like,
can do that.
So if you and I make a phone call and say, hey, I'm going to fly a drone, I can fly a drone around and there's nothing lawful.
Apparently so. Yeah, you just got to call the airport, I guess. Let them know that you're flying a drone around for a little bit. I'm going to drive a drone around next to the airport. Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I mean, I'm just curious. I had to call one day, like, well, what kind of drone do you have? It's CS model 912. It's a Samsung. It has a 3-dimensional camera. Well, you can't have a camera on while you fly. I don't know. Like,
yeah, right. No, I don't know, man. That is all fucking shady shit. And here's okay. So not to go into off the subject, but here's where I saw a red flag. That whole thing. Now, I get it. It was going on over New Jersey. It's all over the place. Everyone's fucking freaking out. It all stopped abruptly. Like, when I say abrupt, I mean it fucking stopped fast. Right up on January. Inauguration Day. I'm serious. I'm not, look it up. Inauguration Day happens, and all the drones stop. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute, man. How come they didn't have an after inauguration day?
It sounds like it's all for money because when he says, we can't, take these
Well,
all down. Yes, they can. Military can shoot down anything they want. They can spot things from outer space. Come on.
Well, okay, ironically, here we go. Let's click some other things together. Now, again, you have this new branch of the military that was created, and it is called the, not the Air Force, but the Space Force. Space Force.
Space Force, yes.
So you got Space Force. All of a sudden, somebody came around, and it was okay. So Donald Trump in office created. This is not putting him down. I don't care. This is good stuff. He created Space Force. He created Space Force. So he did. He created it, and everyone, even I and you, and even my son, were all like, "What the fuck does Space Force do?" I mean, there's no spaceships. They're not going into space. They got uniforms.
2019.
And they got like uniforms that look like Star Trek, and all the space shows. And
if they get hurt, they get the same. They can file for the same disability benefits as the military.
Yeah,
they're military in a way.
Yeah, so there was nothing, and all of a sudden, okay, so Donald Trump that's fine. He creates a new branch of the military, no different than when you had the Army Air Force. You had Army Air Force. And it was one fucking group, Army Air Force, and all of a sudden somebody somewhere said, let's break it off. Let's cut this cookie in half. Let's have just Army and then have Air Force by itself, its own branch of military. So Army Air Force was them together. It was Army had the Air Force. And so when they broke them up after World War II, they split them off. So now you have just independent Air Force, which worked. It worked fine. And then you have the regular branch of military going on. Now you have Air Force. And Air Force is like, we're going to take Air Force and we're going to cut you in half and we're going to make Space Force. Space Force, which was such a new concept. They didn't even have a boot camp. They didn't have uniforms. They didn't have nothing. And I remember, my son, Eric, Jeremiah was telling me that while he was in, they were sending out pamphlets to people with rank and education that have to have some sort of education. You can't just asking for people to join Space Force from the regular branches of the military. Navy, Marines, Army, Air Force, Coast Guard, all of the branches. They were asking them, hey, we're looking to fill the ranks for Space Force. Would you like to switch from, from Air Force to Space Force, from Army to Space, from Navy to Space Force? And so they were recruiting from within. When people doing second enlistments, they didn't have to do boot camp. They didn't have to worry about it. And so you have Space Force. Now, what are Space Force guys doing? Nobody knows. It was created by Donald Trump. Now, all of a sudden, right before he gets into office again, he was out, remember? And then he came back in, he ran, and he's coming back in. All of a sudden, you have all of these UAPs, these UFOs, these drones flying everywhere. Nobody's shooting them down. Nobody seems to be alerted. Nobody cares. They're just, except for common citizens. Everywhere. Everywhere, flying around everywhere. Well, in my opinion, that is Space Force. That is us. That is Space Force. And so all of them flying all over the place all of a sudden stops right before the inauguration of Donald Trump coming back in. Now, Donald Trump's back in office again. You don't see them anymore. But now, as you were talking about, they're being seen in England, Europe. They went over there all over the place. No one's shooting them down there either.
Well,
it just happens to be around Air Force or military.
No, you're right.
Air Force.
If you look at this article here, this first paragraph, newly released police logs and video footage contracted official explanation of near collision between a UK police helicopter and an unidentified aerial object over U.S. airbase last year. An encounter authority had previously dismissed as a routine fighter jet sighting. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up right here, okay, so a collision between a UK police helicopter. Are they talking about a police officer from the UK? And if it is, what's a UK police officer flying over U.S. airbase?
right? And all of a sudden, it is being fucked with by a unidentified drone. Just happens to be around the United States base in England. And so, again, this is before Space Force had their own areas. They didn't have installations. They didn't have bases. They were all being used on American. So you have a back section. Okay, make an area, clean this area up, guys. We're gonna put the Space Force guys in it. Well, what are they doing? Who do they do? They're flying drones. That's what they do. They fly drones. That's what Space Force does. They fly drones. It's part of their department. And so, has anybody ever seen a Space Force guy fly a drone? Nobody has. They're sitting in these big old cargo containers with like video games. It's all classified. And so they're trying them out. So how do you train? So, Eric, how do you train like Navy guys? You do maneuvers, you do unreps, you do all these things out at sea. Marines, they do all their training out. Army have bivouac, they got all their shit. Coast Guard, you guys have your training. Everyone has trainings, but has anybody ever seen Space Force train? What is it even called? Well, they're fucking drones. They're training.
What kind?
That's it. That's why nobody cared. That's why the government didn't care. Like, oh no, that's just Space Force.
What kind of training?
What are they doing? They're training.
Space Force do. Let me see here. So
Yeah.
U.S. Space Force training starts with 7.5 weeks of joint-based military training with airmen and joint-based San Antonio, Lackland, adding specific instructions on Space Force structure, emotional intelligence, routine followed by intense technical training like cyber, space operations, for specialized roles, leadership, high techs, including unique exercise like page forge, simulate deployment readiness, and the video provides a glimpse of physical training and obstacle course. Oh, really? Okay, I'm curious. So
Yeah.
looks like regular military training right there. Really?
Yeah.
I guess they're going to crawl on rope in space. That looks like
Basic
Marine
stuff.
training, Marine Army type training.
The obstacle course is completed. Drill and ceremony sessions instill teamwork, precision, and attention to detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Whatever
just
they put
training.
it in weapons.
Live fire qualification tests recruits on accuracy and control under simulated combat conditions.
Now remember, everybody, this is Space Force.
I know. It's almost like you're watching Army, Marines, all that type of training. It's like, this ain't no different than what we do in other military training.
Yeah, it's the same. It is. That's why it's joint operations. In other words, they didn't have anything for them to do. They have to create it on the fly. They're creating them. I mean, they're brand fucking new. So what do you do with them? What kind of curriculum do you give them? You know, what are they? You just add them, throw them in with the joint training, which means all branches. You know, when I was in the service, they sent a lot of us to joint training. We had to go to the base with the Army guys and base with the Marine guys. And since Navy guys are mostly on ships, when you're off ships doing training, other individual style of training, we were sent off to joint training commands because everybody else is they're just jumping in their routine.
But
What are you guys doing?
How old is that training? Because look, this been put out 7 months ago, right? 7 months ago, 12K views. The only reason I'm asking that because if this ain't during COVID, what are they all doing wearing masks?
Fuck, you know the military, man.
But,
You
I
know,
mean, we
fuck.
didn't wear masks like that in training.
No, well, yeah, that's after the COVID shit. So they probably, I mean, it's the government.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's had to be
Yeah.
on COVID because he's not wearing a mask.
No, and that ain't good for you, man. Those things cause so many problems in your body. There's just, I mean, goddamn, there's more doctors saying don't wear them than wear them. But the government probably had them just for the pictures, just for the cameras. You know, there's always that camera look. Like when we used to do unwraps in the Navy, they sometimes we'd be like, oh, CNN's on the ship, because I was on a command flag ship, the intelligence ship, the whole fucking thing. And CNN would be on there wanting to film all of us doing shit. They're like, we need you guys to go out there in your dress blues or your dress whites. We're like, in training? Like, you're going to destroy the uniforms. Yeah, but we need you to look that way for camera, just for the camera. Just do it for the camera. Go out there and in your dress A's, running around, doing all kinds of maneuvers and shit for cameras, man. So those guys probably have to wear the masks. They probably got all their shit on for cameras.
You know
because
what?
again, yeah.
I know when I'm not here to get political, but I don't know why I just thought about this. I don't know why. The one of the main ideas of the Republican Party is to have less government, right? They always preach less government. Under the son George Bush, he's the one that created Homeland Security.
Yeah.
That expands the government, right? And here comes Donald Trump into office. He creates Space Force that expands government force.
Expands the government.
And then they cut other things, but it's almost like they created stuff so they could get more security on their side that they need, because Homeland Security is huge. You know, that was
it's fucking huge.
Space Force
they're building
this. So
now,
why would you need a Space Force when you have the Air Force? You could just combine a section of the Air Force saying you want to join the Space Force part of the Air Force. You don't need fifth one.
Now, what Danny Staten's talking about is that Gary McKinnon, whatever, that he is like this British guy that he's a hacker, and he had hacked within NASA. And so the story he's talking about is he hacked NASA's hard fucking drive frame, everything. And what he's claiming is that the United States of America is co-working with other people other than Americans, working with extraterrestrials or interdimensionals or whatever the fuck they are, in a black whatever space program where they do have and created from recovered technology chips that do fly. And they go all over the fucking place, and they do all kinds of stuff, and we're working hand in hand with extraterrestrials. They're in our ranks now, and in order for them to better suit their working styles, they created the Space Force specifically for the extraterrestrials that are now wearing American military uniforms alongside our own guys. And, the black space program, they call it. You know, you see the rockets like fucking 1950s technology. And then in secret, they've got all these anti-gravity machines that can float and fly and change their shape and do all these wonderful things, which goes back to drones, which goes back to Space Force. And so that's what I actually think that too, because I thought it was weird that nobody was talking about it. Like, okay, so the inauguration's happening and not one person is now seeing a drone? They just stopped? They were just stopped right after he becomes president, the creator of Space Force? So, so no, I think it's Space Force with the whole drone. I think the whole drone thing was Space Force doing exercises. That's what it is.
Well, here's good news, I guess. It says here, we didn't find answers in 2025, but UFO researchers say the search continues.
Oh.
That's nice, right? So they didn't find nothing, I guess, but the search will always continue as long as you keep funding us.
Yeah, I imagine those American-made drones as part of Space Force were probably, like I said, they were showing up all over Europe and all the bases. They were just flying over the bases, flying over people's areas. People are going, I just see drones about the size of a Volkswagen flying in the sky. And they can maneuver like no other fucking drone can maneuver. Oddly. It's like they just put a couple of fake propellers on them. You know, they make an anti-gravity drone, and they just put a couple of fake helicopter props on them to spin around with rubber bands and shit. Hiding them, making them look like drones, you know?
Oh, God, that fucking dog. I'm just reading some of the stuff here.
Maybe.
There need to be able to scientifically test hypothesis with some UAPs are potentially ET craft, said Robert Powell, executive board member of the Scientific Collision of UAP Studies. So they're saying some of those crafts could be ET crafts, but but they still,
ET technology.
They still need more examining. But and of course, that means what he means is they need more funds to be able to check. The cost of putting out a network calibration, characterized equipment, maintaining. Are you looking for the chips? Oh, look for the cost of putting out network equipment, maintaining placement rights hand to analyze data will cost tens of hundreds of millions of dollars. So basically, I love it. So they use potential ET ships, but they got to have more money to be able to do more tests on it.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'm sure, you know, it's funny about those extraterrestrial ships. They have less working parts. Less. As claimed by people who've been inside of them. Less working parts. They're like Honda Cubs, where they have less working parts. The Honda Cub is a scooter made by Japan, and what made it famous is there's less parts, and it works faster and better. Those things have less parts. I highly doubt they need more money for them. Highly doubt it.
Yeah. But part of this article they're optimistic right here, Bob. I'm optimistic. There's significant organization change across the government that I think will bear fruit. Probably, with Space Force joining all in.
Space Force.
It's gonna bear fruit. The process is maturing to the point where they can start delivering on the expectations, said Graves. So, they're going to be able to, deliver on their expectations.
Yeah. I mean, the way the United States now is throwing around their weight, and fuck it, why not? We're the new Roman Empire. We've always been the Roman Empire. We needed to show a little bit of balls. And so by flexing a little bit of muscle with these drones, we're just letting everybody else know that America's not punks. American military are not punks anymore. So, yeah. I mean, I'm not against it. And that's why nobody shot them down. That's why everyone was getting calls from the fucking guys behind the curtain going, let it go. We got all kinds of drones all over the... Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Just they want people to talk about it. They want the news to tell everyone about it. They want everyone to see it as a panic because Russia watches our television. China watches our television. So instead of sending drones over to China and Russia and starting an international war incident, having all kinds of that problem going on, Americans send them over top of Americans' houses. And so let the American social media, look, it's a drone. Get your phone out. Everybody in the world saw them. It's an exercise. It's just an exercise. And it worked. It worked 100%. The whole world was staring at it. Now, here's the funny thing is, ask yourself this question. Guys in Africa are always like, how come we don't get no UFOs and drones? Well, who gives a fuck about Africa? You know what I'm saying? Who cares what you guys are doing in Africa? You got no fucking infrastructure or anything fucking major to worry about. You got no armies. They're all small little guerrilla groups. It only appeared over industrialized countries and European at that.
Yeah, and who's gonna believe those groups anyway?
They ain't gonna fucking social media shit,
Hey, the country of Eagle Logu in the middle of Africa saw 20 UFO ships. Oh, okay. In
Because if they
Africa?
were sincere, yeah, if they were sincerely extraterrestrial, they'd have been all over Africa. They'd have been all over fucking China. They'd have been all over the world. But nobody. Just the industrialized country, European countries, including the United States of America, England, Germany, all the industrialized European countries are the ones who get all the
Well,
sightings.
well, it looks like we got breaking news from Danny Stanton. This is from him. Laugh out loud. A drone blew up Putin's house in Russia this morning. Wow.
No
Ain't
shit. Did it really?
I have no idea. I don't know if that's a joke.
Look it up. Look it
Let's
up.
see. Did,
I'm curious.
But that could be breaking news. Did
If it's real.
Putin house get blown up today? Let's see.
Or they're looking for the pictures of Donald Trump blowing Bill Clinton that Putin says he has.
Well, it does say, according to Russia officials, Ukraine drone attack targeted one of President Vladimir Putin's state residence in Novgorod region today, but the building was not blown up and no damage or casualties were reported. Russia claims all 91 long-range drones were accepted and destroyed by air defense system. Now, first of all, if Putin's house did get blown up this morning, he would never, ever say his house did, because Putin's all about power. Nothing ever.
Yeah.
So all because they're saying it didn't no damage, that could be a lie, because he can't show weakness.
Yeah, I don't think that's. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it. I mean, that's good that Danny Stanton brought that up, because that means that information is out there. I mean, that's because he's not fucking around.
There's video of his house smoking.
Wow. It may be wag the dog kind of stuff, or it's fake social media. It's all fake. Everything's fake right now. Everything AI. We made music using AI. You know what I'm saying? You made music like it sounds real with AI. Footage is now out there. It's fake from AI. There is a lot of problems with AI at the moment with recreate. I think there was a head of some major production company. A guy was arrested this recently because he didn't have child pornography, but he had AI made child pornography. And they're like, oh, how do we arrest him? They're like, because it's not real. It's artificial intelligence made child pornography. But if they could do stuff like that, they could make fake explosions. They can have a damn spaceship fly into a building now. It doesn't matter. We have artificial intelligence everywhere. All the footage is, you don't know anymore. You don't even know what's a real UFO anymore. It's so bad.
Well, I know real. The king of knowing any conspiracy out there is Gabriel himself. Gabriel, any conspiracy that Putin's got his house blown up today by Ukraine? Yeah, or yesterday? You just woke up. You have no idea.
Oh fuck!
He's usually the king of conspiracy. Watch. So, Gaby, what's the biggest conspiracy that you learned yesterday? Was there a big, huge conspiracy at all? Anything that's huge? I was not plugged in yesterday. He was not plugged in yesterday. Oh my God, they got to him. They got to him because.
God damn it!
I'm gonna show you some pictures of what my kid sent. They got him. Talks about no.
They whitewashed him.
Okay. Now this is what Gaby sent me. So there's a picture of.
Straighten it out because it's got blur on it. Donald Trump is holding a knife to the throat of who? Who's that?
That looks like Elon. And then
Oh, Elon Musk.
Gaby sent this yesterday, so he's telling me he doesn't know any conspiracy. I'm like, why am I getting this? Stumble and shit.
Oh God,
What is
man.
this? Who's going rogue? Rock. I guess Elon Musk AI for his X is going rogue, so it's creating these pictures and sending them out to everybody.
Oh shoot! It's because he's such a genius that he is somehow the rich kid whose dad gave him money from a mine he got in Africa and stole all the money and then bailed out.
And then Gaby sends a video of Jesus looking over a guy wearing a American flag.
American flag.
What is that one about? What is?
It says that Jesus loves
looking over
Americans.
A guy wearing a military shirt or a flag shirt.
Jesus loves Americans the most. Is that what that's saying? Oh, God damn.
Gaby sent this.
Come, Jesus, come.
I guess that guy's not going to Valhalla. He's going to go to the sissy world.
So you're telling me there's no conspiracy yesterday and I get all this from you? See what I'm talking about? The truth, not even the truthers are telling all the truth.
Get sent to heaven. I'm in heaven. Yeah, you got to take care of all the baby sheep. What? I was hoping to get wasted, get laid, eat meat. No, you got to take care of baby sheep. Oh, fuck. I think I'm going to go become a pagan again.
I'm about to show proof that aliens exist.
Okay.
Danny, you better look at this picture because this is proof that aliens exist and there is a reason why they're here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's me.
Aliens are here for the wheat plants. It must have some kind of material that helps their ships to fly or something.
Yeah, that's my. Oh, it's off now. That was my uniform. That was authorized because I had to do a TAD with Space Force, and so that was our authorized uniforms. Yeah.
Valhalla is in New Zealand.
Is it now?
Valhalla.
No shit.
Where is Valhalla?
I'm eventually going to go to New Zealand. I can't wait. I want to fight a dragon. Do you guys know in New Zealand, if you kill a dragon, you can have sex with all the virgins of New Zealand?
Yeah, it says here Valhalla is a mythical, majestic hall in Asgard. That sounds like something that Thor lives. The realm of Norse gods ruled by Odin. What? Sir? Okay. That is talking about fucking Thor. The Hamlet in New York, a mountain lodge in British Columbia, and a retreat in New Zealand.
Wow. Shit, I'm going there. I'm going there.
Now this is what I'm talking about, I guess, right here.
Wow.
So right here, yeah, Valhalla in New Zealand is a coastal retreat.
Oh, wow.
Valhalla Mountain Lodge in the ski lodge of British Columbia. And then there's Valhalla in New York. Hamlet County, Winters. Okay.
Well, isn't that Kirk guy that got shot or fake shot or whatever it is? Isn't he in Valhalla right now, they said?
Oh, I'm sure. You know, great warriors. Great warriors, they go to wherever they go to.
Well, what people don't know in mythology, not all warriors go to Valhalla. I mean, they don't go to. They go up there, but they don't all go into the presence of Odin. They get spread out amongst all the other gods too. They're in everybody else's halls also. I mean, only a small select few go sit in Odin's hall. That's a small group.
It's a club we aren't in. Cash soaks his feet there.
Oh shit. Johnny Cash? Yeah, no, yeah, you can go to you can go to New Zealand again. You guys can go to New Zealand if you were able to kill a dragon, because there are a lot of them in New Zealand. Yeah, you can make your way through the town and you get prima nocta. You get prima nocta rules. You guys didn't know that. You guys know
Yeah,
what prima nocta is?
Marines I guess a lot of Marines always say, "See you in Valhalla." Wow, I never heard a Marine tell that to somebody, but okay.
Well, no, there was a large growing. Jeremiah was in that. He in the military now. They have actually a separate religious recognized group now that are pagan, and they're all into the lore, all into the whole thing, and they have their own separate group, and they were even allowed to grow beards as part of their religion. And I guess they did away with all that though. They did away with all beards in the military. They all have to shave. I had a no shave shit, so I had no problem. I had a beard in the military. I had a no shave shit. So, but they're making those no shave shits very difficult to get, and also you can't just be part of a religion and get a no shave shit anymore. So that means Islamic people that are in the military, they got to shave. Sorry. Unless you're in special operations, you can't grow beards. Not anymore.
Yeah. Did you know the AI says no, aliens aren't scientifically proven to be real yet. And there's no conclusive evidence of ET life or visits to Earth. But many scientists believe their existence is highly probable given the badness of the universe and the discovery of countless exoplanets. With ongoing research seeking proof. So basically, the AI of the world is letting us know that they're not proven to be real yet. The AI is telling us so. And remember, AI doesn't lie, right?
No, it doesn't lie at all.
No.
No. I mean, physically, anthropologically speaking, when you see these extraterrestrials, they've got fingers, they've got a thumb, and they've got a unique look that is very, 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 adapted to the Earth's environment. So a lot of these aliens they're talking about, I'm like, these aren't aliens. They were adapted. These are humans. These are human. Why would you say that they're aliens? Because they've got all the attributes of evolution, from human evolution all the way up. So, for example, our heads would get larger over time. We're changing over time. Our internal organs are changing over time. So when you look at an alien, I'm always like, these aren't extraterrestrials. These are humans. Interdimensionals, from the future, from under the water, from the core of the earth. They're somewhere, but they're not from another fucking planet.
So this
not
guy,
looking like that.
So this guy Daniel just comes in and says his stuff. Now he's telling us, "Sorry, boys, laugh out. I'm done now. Carry on." Oh, he's leaving our channel now. He's gonna bring his information, and now he has to go. What's up with that?
I know, but he's Canadian. Yeah, he's Canadian. They always got something going on. He's probably gonna go check his crops.
Like I said,
marijuana crops.
Can't always blame Canadians, right?
No, it's not their fault.
They're very nice people.
They're very nice, and a lot of them have tapped their maple trees, and they're getting maple syrup early in the morning, because it's probably in the morning over there, and he's getting his maple syrup crop done, and his marijuana. Canadians are famous for marijuana and maple syrups. And bacon that is not exactly bacon. It is their version of bacon, which is, to us, ham.
I was watching, I don't know why I'm bringing this up. I was watching some documentary about Canada. And they're talking to all these older people who went to school. It goes, the weird thing about Canada is we went to school, everything we learned was about America. Nothing really in Canada. They didn't get to learn about their own country. Everything they learn in books is all American history. Like, what? Like, and these are like big time actors and stuff. Yeah, we were taught American history, not Canada history, like Canadian history. What?
I always love going to
You
Canada
learn
because
your own
no one.
history?
I love going to Canada because no one's gonna rob you or fuck with you at all, and everyone's nice. So like, oh, I feel good here, and everyone's just friendly as fuck, and no problems.
Oh, good news, everybody. He is not gone. He said he's still
Oh.
here. Radio silence. I enjoy
Radio
the brotherly
silence.
love. Okay, good. You know,
Yes.
Bob, I get worried when one of our faithful 1.5 listeners might be gone.
God damn it. Well, you know, they had a lot of drones. We digressed. Back to the drones. They had a lot of drone sightings also in Canada. And one of the famous, I don't know if he's it wasn't a prime minister, but he was a famous high-ranking intelligence person in Canada, came out and said that there are unidentified flying objects and there are interdimensionals or extraterrestrials or non-human entities running around and working with American military. He said that. A high-ranking guy in Canada. Same thing with a lot of other high-ranking guy in Jerusalem. He was a military, high-ranking intelligence, whatever fucking minister for something. Very, 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 very pristine. Also said the Americans are working with extraterrestrials. Think about it. So, you know, we're on the anyway, we're on the fucking edge of disclosure. I think they're already just giving us soft fucking versions of it. Pretty soon.
Well,
We're all gonna.
I'm looking at this thing. It says, "What's the worst date to be born?" It had Christmas, New Year's, leap year. Actually, leap year would suck, huh? If you're born on leap year, how would that work for the year after?
It you know, well, I actually looked at that's a good question. I literally looked that up one time. I looked that up
once. On the news right here, just here.
Yeah, I looked that up one time, and most doctors, which are educated motherfuckers, know that's gonna be a problem. And I heard that most doctors, when a child is born on leap year, don't give them that birth date. They round it back to the hour. They round it back a couple hours. So they don't give you a date of leap year on your birth certificate. They always round the hours forward or backwards, so you don't have that problem. Yeah, you know, you got to be an asshole doctor to do that. It's like,
because then you'd be half the age, right?
Yeah, right. Well, you know, the nursing staff, you know, the hospital where they're having the baby. Everyone knows on leap year. That's a good question. The medical staff, they round the hours forward or backwards to make sure they land on a regular day. They don't just give them the date of leap year. They do some of them, but it'd be pretty chicken shit if you did. I mean, who gives a shit of the hour? I don't even know what hour I was born. I don't know. It's on the birth certificate, I guess. Shit.
Is it on the birth certificate? On the hour
I think so.
Do I have a copy of somebody's birth certificate on this computer?
Here we go. We'll put that on there.
So, hold on. I got somebody's birth certificate.
Paul Heller, Canadian Prime Minister. Here we go.
Paul Heller. Right. There is. It says, I'm looking at my son's birth certificate. It says, time of birth, 7:37 p.m.
Yeah. They put the time on there. Yeah, they're like, mark the time. Mark the time. So, you know, I think what I found out is on leap year, they kind of round the hours a little bit. They're flexible. So you're not born on leap year.
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense because sometimes you get a due date on license and all this, and they usually use your birth date.
Yeah.
How would that work if that date for 2027, and that date's not there?
Yeah, that's why they don't normally practice that. Which
Yeah.
again, it's smart to do.
So what do you
But
got going
yeah,
on? You got anything else going on today? You doing any other
yeah,
type of
I'm
shows?
I
Ooh.
am doing a show today. I skipped the last 2 days to do a little bit of fasting and get myself prepared. It's not good to drink or smoke every single day, so I fasted, and I'm coming on tonight. I will be on.
And you
Yes.
know, if you didn't know, the Seahawks football game got moved from Sunday to Saturday night.
Yeah, next weekend. Yeah.
It got moved to Saturday.
Yeah, I'm going to watch that game. I'm going to watch them against the
It's
49ers.
because this game now, whoever wins this game gets first round gets the first seed. This game means a lot. They moved it to Saturday.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it next Saturday.
Yeah,
Wait.
so they call it a flex where they could change dates. I'm just curious if you had tickets and you had ticket for Sunday, but then when they moved it to Saturday and for whatever reason you can't go, can they get their money back? I wonder because wouldn't that piss you off that
That would
you could go
piss
on a
me the
Sunday,
fuck.
but because you didn't know, they moved it to Saturday.
Well, they would have to give you the option to. They have to honor the tickets they have sold you, so they have to honor
Well,
it.
the game's in San Francisco or Santa Clara. And fans over there are just a bunch of wine drinkers, yippies.
Well, yeah, it's
They probably don't know where they're at.
San Francisco. Yeah, they're in San Francisco. Wherever
Technically, the stadium's in Santa Clara, so they should really rechange the name of the team, right, Gaby? Huh? Santa Clara 49ers, right? They don't play in San Fran.
Yeah, San Francisco's scary, man.
About over an hour.
San Francisco's scary because when you see the homeless people, you always notice they have a little bit of feces on their face. I'm like, oh, how does that happen?
Or are they?
Oh.
Or is that where they send all the transplant aliens there?
They could be potentially, yeah. Could
Maybe
be,
evasion of your privacy. I'm thinking of an album, Evasion of the Body Snatchers. Maybe.
Yeah.
That's what's going on in San Fran.
I think the whole planet is invasion of the body snatchers. I think we're surrounded by what they would call the NPC, which is a non-person player. And I've met so many people that I could look at them like, you're not actually a human, are you? And they just do their same routines. They follow the same patterns. I'm like, wow. I think we've been invaded.
Look at this ugly thing.
Oh.
Who the hell buys a corgi?
Ule dog.
All they do is freaking bark. Look at this ugly thing.
Little chubby dog.
I keep telling this thing that I'm gonna bury him next to Elias in the backyard, alive.
Gosh, that's a lowrider dog. They're low to the ground.
Yeah, tomorrow. Usually I do live shows at 10, but tomorrow I'm gonna be hanging out at the VA in the morning, so I moved my show tomorrow to 1 o'clock.
There you go. Yeah, I'll be hungover in the morning. I'll be doing mine tonight. Getting shit faced. I can't wait. I'm gonna buy a shitload of beer.
Oh yeah.
Let's get drunk, get high.
So you hear that, everybody? Everybody there, the 1.5 that's still here. Bob's got a show tonight. Should be exciting. So the game is you all have to buy cases of beer, and the contest is, can you outdrink Bob before the show ends?
Oh yeah, I've had people do that. There was a bar. It was a bar in it was in Spain. This was a Spanish. This guy, he's a bartender in Spain. And so I was doing my shows, and he was like, okay, so these guys were all, I guess they have the Mandela effect, and they know I talk about a lot of crazy shit and just conspiracies and everything. And they were trying to match me beer for beer. And he says that half these fucker guys were on the floor, thrown up, drunk, can fucking barely walk. And they're like watching me just get up, take a piss, sit back down, because I'm capping off 30 fucking beers in one show. And they're like, how are you doing it? You can't be doing it for reals and smoking a shitload of weed. And sometimes I eat mushrooms. So they're like, God damn, how do you do it? Well, I don't know. I'm from Sagittarius Earth.
Probably have a betting thing on a big wall And,
They were trying to match me beer for beer. They said he was like they're trying to match you beer for fucking beer, and they just can't do it. They can't do it.
it's funny, Danny. The video sent me sabotage on my car on the car. The car just automatically connects Bluetooth, and sabotage song came out extra loud in the car. I'm like, what the fuck? Whoa.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing tonight. That's it. I'm gonna go run down and get some beer and everything, and then get some brews and probably get a pizza and some food. And just I don't know.
Pizza. Well, everybody in the chat, Bob's got a show tonight. I'm doing one tomorrow. Then we'll be back on Thursday with some kind of a subject. I don't know what it is yet. It's a surprise. It's a surprise. Ooh. So beyond that, we'll see everybody next time. Everybody have